and welcome back to Let's Play Animal Crossing. Last time, well, we basically tried to see Crazy Red. That was basically all we did. And we actually didn't get scammed for once. That was actually really lucky. And there's a scavenger hunt. It's one that, if you can find the white rock I buried in, so it's basically a pitfall. It's a pitfall. Not sure if it's worth the hassle, to be honest. What's this piece of furniture? Yeah, I feel like the daily routines in Animal Crossing, like this Animal Crossing, are actually longer than in New Leaf. In New Leaf, all there really is the money rock and basically maybe talking to everybody if you feel so inclined. But in this game, you have a much bigger routine to go through, which I'm personally okay with. I think it's actually kind of nice having more to do every morning. More to look forward to, I suppose. And first try money rock. That was actually pretty good. Oh wait, not first try. I think we tried one of the ones over near the dumpster, but oh well. Technicality. Anyway, we have a lot of money, so we might as well just take a moment to pay off debt before we get into the subject of today's episode. Yeah, I've been saving this topic for a little bit because frankly, I just keep forgetting to go over it, mostly, but this is not really an important topic. It's just kind of a little optional thing. If you have 2 memory cards, then you can travel back and forth repeatedly and you don't care about any of your villagers, so you just be like, who cares if they stay or go, then you can get this easily. But I have people I don't want to leave this town, to put it bluntly, so we're not going to do any of that kind of stuff. So let's deposit, see how much we have left. Okay, so we're in the home stretch, I guess you could say. Only 125,000 bells left. That'll be fast. I could just catch a few fish and basically be done with that in no time. Again, I would suggest fishing in ponds and trying to catch giant snakeheads, which are worth like 6,000 bells a piece. So 6 times 15, which is your inventory. 6 times 15 is like a lot. Here's one thing, but it's no biggie, so don't like race out to hook me up. I'm craving a pear. That's the only fruit we don't have access to. That is literally the only fruit we don't have access to. That is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. So wonderful to wake up to such a bright and sunny day. Fills me with energy and I feel like I can do anything. Words to live by. Okay, so the subject I wanted to go over today was actually a character whom we haven't seen yet. Actually, I think the only special villager we haven't seen yet. I may be wrong though, I'll double check. And that is Blanca. Not the Street Fighter character, but Blanca is a cat who's all white and is missing a face. Yeah, you heard me. She's missing a face. So, what you can do is you can draw a face on her with mixed results depending on how good you can draw in a 32 by 32 pixel space. They have presets, like they have preset eyes. That's what I always did as a kid because I couldn't draw. Pixel art is honestly very challenging for me still. So, yeah. I would always just take the easy way out, basically. But her face, she basically shows up on the train. That's what Rover was talking about when you mentioned a weird cat a while back. Or something like that. Takes a sword that's SS. But basically, her role actually changes considerably from game to game. Wild World, I think she serves a similar role of like just showing up in your town when you travel a lot between games. But the weirdest is New Leaf. In New Leaf, Blanca will actually be in like a jester costume and is the main character during the April Fool's event, actually, where she can mimic other people. Where she picked up that skill, I have no clue. But yeah, she can mimic other people, and you basically have to guess which one is which, and you get a reward if you can guess all of them. You get Blanca's picture. But we sadly are not playing New Leaf, but it's a really fun event. A lot of stuff is very scripted, unfortunately. Basically, animals will give you like talk about their life goal or their hobby or something, and Blanca will get it wrong, so you have to use that to get it right. So it's pretty much luck, unless you look up a guide. I recognize this painting actually. This painting is known for actually being very influential in the character creation of Doctor Who, specifically the 4th Doctor, hence the scarf. That's just a little tangent right there. A little nerdy tangent. But, in any case, moving on. Back to Blanca. Yeah, she's a very fascinating character, and I forgot Red stays till the next morning. I did not remember that. Kinda cool detail. Blanca's like really mysterious actually, because she does not have a face. Like, how do you see without a face? How do you eat without a face? So yeah, I don't know how Blanca's, like, what she even is. She is a cat, but I mean, like, you know, more metaphorically speaking, what is she? Like, you know, how can you not have a face, basically? That's what I'm trying to say. But it's kind of cool little minigame. You can give her a really dopey looking face if you want, or a normal face, or a scary face, or whatever you want. Some people just scribble on their face, whatever. This is kind of a nice little detail, but one that unfortunately is no longer present because of her new role in New Leaf. What else can I say about Blanca? I feel like I'm forgetting something. They're not actually in this game, they're in every game after this. Well, one of them. But there's actually a pair of cats, Caitlin and Katie, who will... Well, one will be lost, the daughter will be lost, so you have to take the daughter to the mother. And they'll usually be in different towns. So... I never did this as a kid because I never knew anyone who had Wild World, and then I never knew anyone who had Sleep Folk. So, in New Leaf they changed it so that Katie's actually traveling on her own because she's older, and thus you just have to like take her to a distant town, more like as a travel recommendation basically, and she'll give you like a rare item. But yeah, they're not in this game, sadly. They're okay characters. They're kind of annoying because they put a lot of pressure on you to basically return the one to the other or take them to a new town. So I feel like it kind of gets in the way of normal gameplay sometimes. That aside, I think they're okay characters, though I haven't actually done it in Wild World or City Folk. I hear they're worse in that game. They're more annoying. Though, I don't really know. Was that Cube? That was Cube. But we cannot help it, we have no pair. So, what was I gonna say? What else can I actually talk about today? So we talked about Blanca, the 2 cats. Gulliver. Hey, let's talk about Gulliver. We haven't actually done this yet. Gulliver's role is drastically changed in Wild World and Sea Folk. In that game, he actually flies a stinking UFO. For some reason, he's got a UFO, which is actually a thing in the movie too. I think I mentioned the UFO when I was talking about the movie, but yeah, that's actually featured. His UFO crashes, and you have to collect 5 spaceship parts for him. Also, to cause it to crash, you have to actually shoot it with a slingshot, which makes total sense, shooting a flying saucer with a slingshot. But if you give him his spaceship parts again, he will give you a special reward. They're, I think, the same, with a few Nintendo items lumped in. like a Metroid or an Arwing, and so on. But I think he still gives you, like, you know, Statue of Liberty, Leaning Tower, all that stuff. What was I gonna say? In Sleep Oak, he's actually much harder to shoot because you only have one screen to deal with. So you can't really look up, so you have to really be paying attention to audio cues and also just have really impeccable luck. So that's a problem I have with Sea Folk. The lack of an like flat view means you can't really see the sky, unfortunately. Meaning it's really hard to do events like that. Just a minor nitpick about Sea Folk. A very minor nitpick compared to most people. Gulliver's role actually changes back to being a sailor in New Leaf. He'll be shipwrecked once more, and his new gimmick is you have to actually help him get to his next destination. He'll give you some context clues about where he's trying to go, and like what food is there, like a landmark, and then you have to figure out from there where he's going. He actually is going to real world locations, so just basically Google it. Google his keywords. Like if he's talking about eating kimchi, that's South Korea. That's one I remember off the top of my head. I don't know why I remember that one. I think it's kimchi. I can't remember, actually. But yeah, we basically just spent the day talking about villagers who aren't actually really in this game, sadly. Another one that isn't actually in this game, and that's introduced later on, I think, is... Oh, what's their name? Dr. Shrunk, who's an axolotl? And then Frillard, who's a frilled lizard. Both are comedians who help you learn emotions. So you see all the characters around your town using emotions, that's how you actually get emotions for yourself. In later games, not this one. So unfortunately, yeah, this game is really lacking, but it was the first, so you gotta come a little slack, because, Paul, it's the very first Animal Crossing. Of course they're not gonna have all the bells and whistles of the modern ones. But in any case, I feel like that's enough for now, so thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Animal Crossing, where we finally finish the morning aerobics.